Hey, it's Bree, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this video, you guys are going to want to see Bree all the time, every time I upload. So recently it's come to my attention that it's actually me that's been stopping my own bag. This story time right here is something that I've been dying to tell you guys, but I secretly have been trying to be the bigger person. I don't know why I keep trying to be the bigger person. It never works for me. Anyway, get your popcorn, get your wine. I'm telling you all my business. I want to go ahead and say at the beginning of the story that this particular sugar daddy I met on a sugar daddy site. I did not meet this guy on Tinder, on Bumble, on Hinge. I met him on a site that was dedicated to that kind of dating. And I need you guys to know this at the beginning of this story, because baby, when I tell you this man was trying to play me, I mean, he was really trying to play your girl. So now that you guys know how we met, I feel like it's also important for you guys to know that we went on a few dates before I ended up moving to Vegas. So it's not like this guy is a stranger. The sugar daddy from the story time today, we both had the same fashion sense. He drove a Range Rover and he was black. I actually enjoyed hanging out with this guy. The conversation was always great and he took me to the best places. The weirdest thing I could say about him is the fact that every time we would go on a date, he would like block me immediately after and then lie about it. Like, we would only talk on his terms. I kind of felt like he was really sneaky, but I also felt like it wasn't my place to give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? Like, how come every time I hang out with you, you end up blocking me? Like, I'll text your number and I'll get a weird message, and then I don't hear from you literally until a month later. So that's why I told you guys I went on multiple dates with him, because we went on like one date every month. But hey, he told me he was a doctor, and I just figured doctors are busy. It's not my place to be nosy. So let's fast forward. I'm living in Vegas, right? I uploaded a video where I basically explained how I quit both my jobs to be a full-time YouTuber. And in that video, I told you guys that I was working for a t-shirt company. I remember one day I was at work folding t-shirts, listening to my audiobooks on YouTube, and I get a text message from this sugar daddy. I did not text him back for days, bitch, and I'm gonna tell you why I did not text him back. I was trying to figure out how I could finesse this to the best of my advantage. I wanted to set up a date with him while I was in Vegas without him knowing that I actually wasn't living in LA anymore.
Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check.
Now, this is one of those guys that takes pride in being an empath. So I guess I took too long to reply to him, and he texted me and straight up asked me, do you even live in LA anymore? And at that point, I was like, okay, bitch, this is not a bag that I am willing to fumble. So I texted him and I lied to him, and I told him that I was actually on vacation in Mexico and my service was a little spotty.
No, my bad, I'm sorry.
I'm full of shit, I know. But I told you guys, I actually liked hanging out with him. Like, I had good memories with him. Two black people hopping out the Range Rover in Beverly Hills. Yeah, he was definitely my type. So I'm not gonna lie, I was straight up gaslighting him all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. So after I lied to the sugar daddy and tell him that I'm in Mexico, why does he start confessing his feelings for me? I've been on YouTube for a long time. I feel like we have a relationship here on this channel where I could be brutally honest, okay? And I'm gonna tell you this. I went on a few dates with this guy, but I did not go on enough dates with this guy to where the text, like the things that he was texting me, it wasn't adding up. Like, there's no way you feel that intensely when we was going on a date once a month. I could understand if we were going on like 4 dates a week, you know what I'm saying? Or 4 dates a month. But like, we were not seeing each other to where we were even able to create a bond, at least in my opinion. So I feel like he was just like blowing smoke up my ass. Like the whole empath thing, oh, you've been on my mind all the time, your soul has been calling out to me. I feel like it's important for me to tell you guys, he was a Gemini. I don't have a problem with Geminis, but I mean, they do have a reputation. He literally texted me and he was like, I don't know why I feel like we were in a relationship. Huh? Yeah, I don't know why either, bitch. And look, I'm not trying to go in on the guy because at this point in time, I actually thought he was cool. Like, at this point in time, nothing that he was doing was wrong in my opinion. But in the back of my mind, because I have common sense, the math was just not mathing. Like, come on, bro. Like, there's no way. I don't know. I just kind of felt like it was like a form of manipulation, to be honest. And you guys let me know how you feel about that in the comments below, because I highly doubt that my soul was calling out for somebody that I don't even think about. He was trying to tell me he wanted me to know how he felt about me, even if the feelings were not mutual. And the feelings were not mutual, but I was getting a decent allowance from this guy. So I made them mutual. So we started having some pretty deep conversations. I was just playing my role. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just gonna get straight to the point with you guys. I was saying whatever I felt like I needed to say because I was trying to figure out how I was gonna get him to either come to Vegas or fly me to LA. Like, I was tired of folding shirts. Now, some of you guys may think I'm a bitch, but one thing that I really don't like about sugar daddies is that, like, you could actually be busy. Like, you could actually be living your life and they'll text you and they'll be like,
oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to inconvenience you with my feelings. I just never feel so strongly so quickly.
And it's just bullshit, man. So there will be times where I would literally be at work actually doing my job. I know, shocking. I would actually be focused on my work and this guy would be triple, double, quadruple texting me thinking that I was ignoring him. And I remember one time I had to ghost him for a little bit because he annoyed me to the point where I was like, dude, I'm not as accessible to you as I used to be. Now, granted, I feel like the only reason he really annoyed me like that was because I was lying. Like, if I was in LA, I would have hung out with him already. There would have been no beating around the bush. Like, he knows how I am. I'm pretty spontaneous. So the fact that I was like avoiding him and coming up with all these excuses, like, it didn't even sound like me. Especially considering in the past, he would block me, text me a month later, and I would be like, yeah, let's hang out the same day. So I really cannot get mad at him for putting two and two together. You get what I'm saying? I mean, what can I say? I was trying to take advantage of the situation. At the end of the day, I wanted things to go my way. And luckily, the wheel ended up turning in my favor where I actually was able to come back to LA. Because when I was texting with this particular sugar daddy, it was around the holiday season. If you guys saw that other video that I mentioned earlier, you know that my t-shirt job, it was a temp job for the holidays. So after I realized I was gonna be moving back to LA, we were texting pretty much every single day. Even though I found him to be a little bit annoying, which I'm sure you guys could tell by this point, because I was trying to figure out why this guy was so persistent that, like, we needed to be together. Like, I kind of feel like he was trying to change the dynamic of our relationship, because I told you guys at the beginning of the story how I met him. All of this stuff is just really important backstory to just keep in the back of your mind, because I feel like it makes him as a character so much more understandable, if that makes sense. Because he did turn out to be a literal character. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. You know what? Now that I think about it, I honestly think he was love bombing me, because he was so like, oh, I'm an empath. I'm an empath. I know you need me. I feel like your soul's been calling for me. Just like wild shit. In my opinion, it was wild shit because it was corny. Like, I really don't feel like if you were my soulmate, that's the kind of thing you would be telling me, because if you was my soulmate, you would know that I would consider that to be a red flag. That corny shit is a red flag. I'm sorry. I just kind of felt like he was literally selling me a dream. But if selling me a dream got me an allowance and fancy dinner, I was gonna play into it. Let's be honest. We grown over here. Like, so I got back to LA a few days before my birthday. I already knew that I had a trip to Las Vegas planned. So I only had a small window to hang out with this guy before my trip to Vegas. And obviously, my trip to Vegas, me getting flued out, that was none of his business. When I got back to LA, that's when he started to act like a weirdo. And what I mean by that is, when I was actually back in LA, all of that simping stuff that he was doing, it was a wrap. It was over. He started acting like he was too busy. He started texting me crazy shit like,
I feel like we might not even be on the same page anymore.
I was like, just like a man to switch up out of nowhere. All those days you were texting me, why can't we hang out right now? I'll Uber you. I'll come pick you up. Where is that energy now that I'm actually in the city? Because you was literally begging to Uber me to your location. What changed? I'm telling you, I'm just like Nicki Minaj.
Cause I don't need no fraud. I don't need no drama when you call.
Now let me make something very clear to you guys. I did not feel no type of way that this guy switched up on me because I needed the money. I felt some type of way because he kind of got my hopes up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was so persistent, I actually started to believe it. And the way that he started acting when I was actually back here, it just was like, wow, I'm always fucking right. I really did not like the fact that he was kind of trying to switch it up on me and tell me things like, oh, I'm looking for a deeper connection because I met you on a sugar daddy site.
Huh?
Like, this connection doesn't go to the next level until we both agree to that shit. You don't just get to send me a whole bunch of romantic ass text messages and boom, we in a relationship. No. If I wanted a traditional relationship, I would not have been on that site. And he's actually not the first sugar daddy to do that to me. Like, meet me on a sugar daddy site and then turn around and say, oh, I'm trying to get married. Oh, I want a long-term relationship with a live-in girlfriend. That's not what I signed up for. Literally. So at this point, it's 100% clear to me that this Gemini is full of shit. Like, if I thought he was full of shit in Vegas, he's 1,000,000% full of shit in LA. But at the end of the day, I'm focused on my bag. It wasn't like I was really shocked that he was being a weirdo because he is a Gemini. Like, what grown-ass man really gonna sit up with you and talk about being an empath? I knew he was weird. So this is how I finessed the conversation to where we actually ended up meeting face to face on a date. I pretty much told him, why can't we just hang out for old time's sake? I kind of expressed to him, you know, you've been so persistent. You've been texting me so much, simping to me so much. All this texting we've been doing back and forth, you kind of got my hopes up that this was going to go to the next level. I was like, you're the reason why we haven't been consistent. Your behavior is the reason why my guard is up and I'm not taking this shit serious. And I feel like after I made those points clear, then he was like, okay, boom, where do you want to go eat? I'm like, take me back to Wally's in Beverly Hills. You know I love their lobster salad. Now remember, I knew in the back of my mind that I was going to Las Vegas. So I told this particular sugar daddy that my birthday was coming up and I might be super busy. So if he wanted to hang out, we would have to hang out ASAP. Bringing up my birthday ended up working, and he told me he was gonna make some time for me on a weekday afternoon. Now, congratulations. You made it to the part of the story where this sugar daddy tried to play me. So a day or two goes by and I meet this guy at one of my favorite restaurants here in LA. Upon first impression, everything seemed normal. We sit down for dinner, we have a few glasses of wine, and the conversation starts to get a little deep. He tells me how he's been dating, but for some reason, his mind has been coming back to me, no matter how many other people he dates. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why do I need to know you're dating other people? Like, why is that information you feel like you even need to share with me? You could have just been like, wow, I can't get you off my mind. It's just like little stuff like that that people say to me that just, it kind of make me look at them different because it's like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? So he's like gassing me up, I guess, telling me how I'm one of a kind and he hasn't felt a spiritual connection like this with anybody else. This dude even told me that he went to his spiritual counselor or his spiritual mentor, whatever you want to call it, and his spiritual advisor told him to contact me. When I tell you that shit was going in one ear and out the other, because I was drinking the finest red wine, I could literally care less. In my opinion, the dinner is going great, but I'm also very tipsy. He starts complaining about his food, how it wasn't very appetizing, he doesn't want to take it to go, and we should just ask for the check. I'm like, okay, babe, let's get out of here. Because at this point, if we stay any longer, you're going to have to carry me to the Range Rover. So we go ahead, wave the waiter down, and ask for the check. Now let's pull out our calculators, shall we? I had 4 glasses of wine, $33 each. That right there is $132. Plus, we gonna round my salad up to $60. So that's $192. That's $200. Just me right there. That's not including the sparkling water because you know a bitch love Pellegrino. Can you imagine how much the bill was with his drinks and his food? Why did this man look at the bill and start checking his pockets, going in his jacket? I think I forgot my wallet. You think you forgot your wallet? I let him check his blazer and check his pants again while I secretly opened up my Uber app because we were not gonna be the only black people in Beverly Hills that can't pay the bill. One of us is gonna have to roll up our sleeves and wash some dishes, and it's not gonna be me. And luckily, we were already sitting outside. Joshua is 3 minutes away. In my mind, I'm like, baby, you figure this out. So I already planned my exit, and I noticed that this guy's not looking for his wallet anymore. He's just staring at me. And I'm trying to figure out why he think this is Shrek 2 and he got casted as Puss in Boots. The only thing I asked him was, do you want me to sit here while you go look in your car? Maybe you left your wallet in the car. He's like, oh my God, yeah, you're right. Good idea, good idea. Now look at how the devil worked, bitch. So we were already sitting outside and there is a parking structure right next to the restaurant. As soon as this guy goes to the elevator so he can go downstairs to the parking structure, I immediately check my Uber app to see how far my driver is, just to find out that my first fucking driver canceled and my second driver was like 12 minutes away. So at this point, I'm panicking because I'm like, bitch, I was gonna make a clean exit. Now I gotta sit here even longer. And what if this guy comes back and actually cannot find his wallet? So I'm sitting there tense as fuck. The waiter comes back to take the bill. I'm like, oh no. He stepped away. Just give us a minute.
To back up a little bit.
And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, you would be going through none of this right now if you was focused on your channel and not focused on these sugar daddies. I could be my own sugar daddy. At this point, my Uber driver is about 6 to 8 minutes away and my sugar daddy comes back to the table. He completely avoids eye contact with me and proceeds to ask me if I seriously cannot pay the bill because he paid for every single date that we went on before and he knows that I'm a liar.
Huh?
Now, when he called me a liar, I wasn't even offended because he could have called me anything under the sun and it would not have convinced me to open up my purse. I was like, what does me being a liar have to do with you paying the bill? Like, what does that have to do with anything? Girl, tell me why this man proceeded to tell me, I saw your YouTube channel. I know you've been lying to me. My sugar daddy flew me out to New Mexico, huh? At this point, I'm starting to feel like YouTube is actually ruining my dating life. It makes guys feel some type of way. We were not dating consistently. I thought we covered this. I thought we had this conversation. And you gonna have the audacity to tell me to pay the bill because you saw my channel and you see me living my best life? Bitch, I'm supposed to. You only get to be in your 20s once. I'm supposed to live my best life. What the fuck are you talking about? You think that because you met me, I was supposed to save myself for you or something? Because I really didn't get the memo. Guys really be crazy, bitch. How do we go from having a nice dinner to all of a sudden I'm a lying ass bitch? Now, this is not my first rodeo. This is not the first time that a guy has used my own YouTube channel against me for no fucking reason. So I told him, I was like, I'm so happy that you've been supporting me. And when I tell you, bitch, that pissed him off. Like, he did not like that answer. Do men ruin everything? Like, do they have to ruin everything? Let me know in the comments below because I feel like they always find a way. I didn't even care to ask him how he found my YouTube channel because for all we know, his spiritual advisor could have helped him find it. So I told this sugar daddy straight up, I'm like, dude, my Uber is on the way. I requested my ride when you were looking for your wallet in the car. I went ahead and told the waiter to give us a few more minutes so you could figure out the check. But my Uber was pretty expensive. Like, I'm not gonna cancel it. Now, bitch, I hope this actually makes you laugh because it made me laugh. After I told this guy that my Uber was on the way and I pretty much did not have time for his shenanigans, why did he reach in his pocket and put a wallet on the table?
Boom.
Yeah.
When he did that, I didn't even say anything. I was like, damn, what a way to be a Gemini. This man gonna tell me
I had the money the whole time. I was just testing your loyalty. I just wanted to see if you really understood what a mutually beneficial arrangement means.
that's how you wanted to see if I was attracted to you or if I liked you or if I wanted to go to the next level. By making me pay a bill that was damn near $500 fucking dollars.
Stupid.
And then you wonder why you have to go on a sugar daddy site and pay girls to date you because you do lunatic shit like this. What kind of logic is that? Somebody let me know in the comments below. What the fuck kind of logic is that? I wanted to see if you really liked me as much as I like you by sticking you with the fucking bill. You guys, man, please get ready for these story times that I'm getting ready to upload. Because when I tell you, I'm starting to feel like men hate me. let's just talk about that in another video. Obviously, this sugar daddy ended up paying the bill. I ended up going in my Uber and we ended up never talking again. I'm so happy and grateful to be at a different place in my life because I understand that just because people bring me drama, just because people want to be weird, does not mean that I have to be weird with them. And I left that sugar daddy right there in Beverly Hills to be weird by himself. I had nothing to prove to him. I wasn't going to sit up there and lie to him like I wasn't going to continue casually dating and continue living my best life. I'm not looking for a serious relationship, and I never, ever made it seem like I was. Clearly this guy has issues, but lucky for me, rejection is God's protection. So I don't have to deal with him and his crazy little Gemini mind anymore. If you guys like this video, go ahead and turn that thumbs up. Blue, support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know how you guys feel about this story time. Like, this guy was literally trying to mind fuck me, in my opinion.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's an evil world we live in. With that being said, I love you guys. And make sure that you guys are staying safe because there's some real weirdos out here, okay? And I will see you in the next video. Till next time.